The upper grades of secondary schools, that is grades 10, 11, and 12, reopened last Monday. According to the chairman of Region 6, 80% of the students turned up for classes. Narima Ali reports.
Schools reopened for all senior students on Monday, November 9th to prepare them for their CAPE and CSEC examinations. This was the decision that was made by the Minister of Education, Ms. Priya Manikchand. During an interview with the regional chairman of East Berbice Quarantine, Mr. David Armagon, he revealed that the students' turnout was high across Region 6.
Yeah, there had been a reasonable turnout, about 80% turnout, I understand, from earlier report that we had this morning. And so that is very good for a first day, and especially considering the COVID-19, fear that parents would have had in them too. The fact that so many turned out this morning is a good sign, and they all look, prepared to learn. And remember, it's not a whole school too, right? It's not a whole school coming out at the same time. And in some schools too, what they said to me is that teachers will be rotating, so it's not like one set of teachers will be there for the entire 5-day period. And sometimes if there are difficulties and they need to run a double session, they will use half day for one set and half day for another set. So basically I think we're well prepared at this time to make sure that our children are safe.
Thank you.
In order to promote frequent sanitization, care packages were given to every teacher and student, and the COVID-19 guidelines were being followed.
Then as you go into the school, they have been observing the social distancing. In fact, some of the schools I see more than 6 feet apart. Like for example, Berbice High School that has a big auditorium. You find that 2 classrooms there, and they're more than 6 feet apart, which is very good, so that children have on their masks, the teachers have on their masks. And so they also have their kits. Every child has been given a kit that they could use for sanitation purposes, and teachers too have been given a kit. I haven't seen anything to detract from what the Ministry of Education really wanted to put in place. Besides the COVID-19 measures that have been put in place, I think it's what the ministry would have advised, and so children I believe they can feel safe going to school.
Mr. Armagon also confirmed that all schools are equipped with wash basins upon entry and that all other facilities are up to date.
The schools we visited, we found that they were quite prepared for the COVID-19 measures that we were able to put in place, because they all have proper toilet facilities going out with good washrooms, and so they all have the sinks outside. As soon as you enter into the school compound, there are 3 or 4 sinks out there, and we also have water tanks near to them, because what has happened is that most of the toilet facilities are at the back of the school. So we had to run virtually new lines and so to get it. And then with Guyana having difficulties with GPL in terms of the electricity, then water cannot flow all the time. So what we have done in all the schools is to put up tanks near to where these hand basins are, hand washing basins are. And we also have soap powder, and we have the disinfectant and so to use. So that's once you enter into the school compound. That has to be done. There's also somebody who's checking the temperature there to make sure that you don't have fever and stuff.
Secondary school students are not required to attend school every day, but rather they are required to go to school every other day. In addition to reopening schools for CSEC and CAPE students, PIC and TVET students have also returned to school. Narima Ali, Channel 8 News.